Man, oh man, oh man. It felt like it took forever, but we are finally here. This is draft week, and I can't wait for the 2020 NFL Draft. What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk Podcast. If you are new to the channel and love talking Philly sports every single day, hit that subscribe button. Now, if you are as excited as I am, a little nervous, but still excited to get into Thursday 2020 draft and see what the Eagles are going to do, smash that like button. And oh, by the way, it helps this content and pushes it out to other Philly fans. With all that being said, let's get into today's topic, draft week. I don't know about you guys, but I've been waiting for this week for a while now. The Eagles went into offseason with one thing on their mind: defense. They went out and got guys like Darius Slay, Javon Hargraves, Nikel Roby-Coleman, Jatavius Brown, Will Parks. They re-signed guys like Hassan Ridgeway, Ronnie McLeod, Jalen Mills, but moving them to safety. They made a crucial decision on Malcolm Jenkins, but they did what they felt best for our defense, leaving our offense wide open, not touching it, thinking in their head, okay, we're going to get Alshon Jeffrey back in the middle of the season. We're going to get Deshaun Jackson back at the beginning of the season. But for how long? I think Howie Roseman left the offense alone because he knows from tight ends to offensive linemen to the running backs, we are pretty secure. But there's one position that has a big blinking light: wide receiver. And what is this draft filled with? Linebackers. I'm just kidding. Wide receivers. So with that being said, we've talked on this channel from live streams to community posts to actual videos on different players, guys who we should move up and get, like a CeeDee Lamb or a Henry Ruggs. If we believe that's our guy, maybe you have to just go up there and get him no matter what the cost is. Or we believe in guys like Justin Jefferson, Denzel Mims, T. Higgins. These guys you could get at 21 and feel good about it. Or even maybe moving back a little, gain an extra pick to get to 9 picks after we lost a couple on the Darius Slay trade. You might be able to get a playmaking linebacker early in the second, maybe another receiver who won't be there by 53, but might be there earlier if you combine 21st pick for a 33rd pick and a 41 pick or something along them lines. When you look at all them strategies, they all make sense. But what will the Eagles do? Now, we've talked about many people, the early guys, the middle guys, and even the later guys. But I got another guy I want to talk about to you guys. Not many people are talking about him, but somebody who's on my comment section is always talking about him, and he'll get his credit when the time comes. But today we're going to talk about a 4th round sleeper, somewhere in the early 4th, maybe with that late 3rd, depending how we tack the 1st round. Say we end up getting a receiver who is a big body receiver, got a big catch radius. He can get downfield, but he's not trying to do that all the time. Then you want to dip back in the draft later for a guy who's like a KJ Hamler, who's like a Jalen Reagor. But guess what? In 3rd or 4th round, he won't be there. But there's a guy who resembles these guys who will be there in the 4th. And his name is Darnell Mooney.
Interceptions. Launching deep. Jump ball. Caught. Touchdown.
He's only 5'11", 175 pounds, out of Tulane. Let's talk some strengths. Explosive speed. He can get vertical. Ran a 4.38.
2nd and 2 for Tulane to get things started. Corey Duffy, they fake it to him, and the pass is wide open to Mooney.
Great in and out of his breaks, can sink his hips and explode. Showcases great separation.
Zone 79 yards. And the junior has his 2nd touch.
Small, but he can beat press man.
Motion. Banks again. Wide open. The zigzag by Darnell Mooney.
And elevate for the football. He's good at adjusting in the air, and he can get back shoulders.
They only rush those 3. Banks, one-on-one. Go up and get it, Darnell.
He's electric after the catch. Lots of yards after the catch.
Got his man Mooney. Mooney's got some room to run. 25. Mooney in a foot race. He'll win it. Touchdown.
Very versatile. Can play inside and outside.
Carries for Dauphine, who came in at 10 yards a carry. McMillan lofts one for Moose.
McMillan with the blitz on again. The lob, bit of a push, the jump.
Let's talk some weaknesses. Size. Although he's tough, size will limit him at times in the NFL. His catch radius is small, although he does make great adjustments for the ball. Sometimes he needs to do a better job controlling his speed so his horizontal breaks aren't rounded. Lastly, Sean Jenkins likes him too much, and that's a weakness. Well, just kidding, my dude. Look, when I watch this kid play, he reminds me of KJ Hamler. He's the same weight, the same size, probably the same speed. KJ Hamler is a little bit faster off the release because KJ's release speed is really good. But this kid is better at beating press man than KJ. The way he uses his angles and his shiftiness to gain leverage on a DB is crazy. For 5'11", 175, he can take care of press man pretty good. That 4.38 speed that he ran at the combine, you see it in his game film. I mean, he could take a slant to the house, he can get deep, and that's the one thing, by only being 175, like KJ Hamler. KJ Hamler can track the ball really well. This kid can do that too. KJ Hamler is definitely better at tracking the deep ball like that, but this kid is better at just going up and getting it. I mean, he only has a 37-inch vertical that he had at the combine, but he out-jumps DBs. I mean, I seen DBs who were 6'1", and he's out-jumping them. He got a big spring to him when it comes to game time jumping, and that matters sometimes more than your combine stats. This kid fights, and when you look at the way he runs for only 175 pounds, he is tougher than his weight. Another thing that caught my attention with this kid is the way he creates separation on all three levels. I'm not just saying he beats you vertically straight. He beats you vertically with his shiftiness. And also when he plays inside or outside, when he runs a little 5 and in, he breaks on it so smooth. He sinks his hip and explodes. And he beats you with angles. The leverage he makes a DB go off of, he sets him up. It's over. If he stacks the DB, it's game over. His in and out on his short route breaks are just crisp. And that's why he's not just a vertical threat. He's a guy you can use inside and outside, like I said, underneath routes, wide receiver screens, going across the screen, as long as he's not getting hit by a 250-pound linebacker. That does concern me that he's only 175 pounds. Guys like KJ Hamler, guys like Darnell Mooney, and Deshaun Jackson, you never know how long their career can last. D-Jack's been doing it for a while, but, I mean, it's D-Jack. I would like to see him put some more weight on, but he's a guy who you can play at multiple positions. He's very fast, very dynamic. Give him the ball on the screen and he'll be able to take it to the distance. Give him a slant. This guy is not afraid to go across the middle as well. There's other little guys who say, whoa, I'm not going there. He won't do that. I think his route tree can learn a little bit, especially on the long horizontal routes. He got to control his speed, but he is pretty good at running the route tree. The way they used him at Tulane, they used him on the flanker. They used him in the slot. They used him a lot. Now, his junior year, he was more productive than his senior year. That's another kind of why did that happen? Who knows? But what I'm saying about this guy, he has traits of Jalen Reagor. He has traits of KJ Hamler. And he has traits of a dynamic player that you can possibly get in the fourth. I would definitely keep my eye on him. People were calling him a broke man's KJ Hamler, and I do see why KJ Hamler and him are combined. KJ Hamler does do a lot of things speed-wise and maybe tracking better, but KJ Hamler does not have his go up and fight for the ball that Darnell Mooney has. He doesn't have his catch through contact like Darnell Mooney does. And even though Darnell Mooney runs a 4.38, there's something to be said about KJ Hamler's burst off the line. He can't beat man press when it's on him, but if you give him a free release, you will pay. Where Darnell Mooney, like I said, he uses leverage and whatnot and his shiftiness. Plus, like I said, he's a fighter. I'm surprised the way he can get past press man the way he did. If you're telling me in the fourth round, later in the fourth round, say DeQuez Watkins is off the board, all these other guys we like, this is a guy we should really consider. Now, I don't know where the Eagles are at. Are they going to get two early receivers? Then the later guys like the DeQuez Watkins, the Darnell Mooneys, the Van Jeffersons, Tyler Johnson, Antonio Gannon-Golden, these guys are not as important to us because we already got two guys. So I don't know the way the Eagles want to go, but this draft is coming. And with that being said, this week is the last week, so let me know if there's any other players you guys want me to go over. because we still got Tuesday and Wednesday. So either I do some more players or we'll be talking general thoughts about the draft. And I will be live streaming during the NFL draft. So check out that. It should be fun. Hopefully the Eagles get us what we need, what we want, what can put us back to where we need to be, where we're not just slipping into the playoffs. We are top seed in the NFL playoffs. With all that being said, thank you guys for watching and all the constant support. Appreciate you guys 100%. Smash that like button. It helps me out. If you're not subscribed, hit that button for great Philadelphia content. And guess what? You know what time it is. We out.